Welcome back. In the last episode, we added music, sound effects, and a main menu. In this episode, we will add some visual style with custom fonts and particles. Fonts will make the menus look more polished, and particles will let us create fun effects, like the snow falling while you play. Alright, let's start by downloading a font for our project. You can go to dafont.com and search. In this case, let's search for pixel. Okay. Which one? This one looks good. Let's download this one. Okay, we download it. Now we go back to Unity. We need to create first a folder for our fonts. Okay, we go inside. Basically we need to uncompress the font that we just downloaded and we move it here. Alright, the next step is with the right click, you right click on the font itself and go to create TextMeshPro font asset SDF. Perfect, so now you have your font here. Now you can go to any text, so for example this one, and drag and drop your font to the font asset. Great! Now it's actually using the new font. Let's make it bigger. Perfect. We can do actually the same thing with the text for our buttons. Yes, looking better now. Perfect, that works. Let's apply this new font to our project. But first, let's actually change the color for our buttons. So basically we can select like a greenish color for the play game. And for the exit, maybe, something like that. Yes. One other thing I would like to do is maybe make the text a bit more prominent. Yes. Looks good. And maybe actually let's think green. This gray color, it's better than a black one. So let's leave it like this. Okay, so we save it. And now we go to the other scene. Yes, so we don't want the gain over panel on by default. Yes. So we have here the score text. Let's do exactly the same thing. And let's use this new font. Okay, we don't want it to be in 2 lines, so let's make this bigger. Perfect. Let's maybe make it bold. Yes. Okay. Looking good. Let's now do the same thing in the gain over panel. So gain over text. Oops. Something is not working here. Let's roll it back. Gain over text. Yes, now it's working. Perfect. So now we do the same with the text. Oops. Okay, working. Now we do the same with the restart button text. Okay. Not sure why the first time it doesn't work. I need to investigate that. Okay, but one other thing I would like to do is to make this a bit bigger. Yes. Maybe the score text, I will move this a bit to the bottom like this. Perfect. All right, now that one looks good. One thing that we forgot is to actually have the same background color here as we have in the main menu. So let's do that very quick. So we go to the main menu, canvas, panel, color, and we copy this one. Okay, we go back to the sample scene, canvas, gain over panel, and we paste it here. Perfect. We must not forget to unselect this. Yes. All right. Let's add now a snowing effect. Right click on the hierarchy, create effects, particle system. Let's rename this to snow. Yes, perfect. Let's go to the inspector to tweak a few more things. We want basically star lifetime between two constants from 5 to 7. Yes. The star speed from 1 to 2. Yes. Star size from 0.1 to 0.2. Okay. We go now to emission and we say rate over time between 50 and 100. And now we go to shape and we say box. Yes. However, we have to make it bigger. So let's actually, no, not this. Let's roll back this to 2. Yes, let's spread this out. Oops. I think the snow, yeah. We need to reset this. Yes. Okay. All right. Let me actually zoom in a bit. Okay, we want actually to move this to the top. Yes. And now we want actually the effect that it goes down, right? So we need basically the gravity. Let me see if I find the gravity. Okay, let me stop for a second and search for it, and then I will continue. Okay, found it. It's right here. So we need to set this to 0.2. Perfect. Yeah, so now we can simulate the snow. Looking very good. Very good. One issue that I just noticed is that when you start the game, there is no snow. It takes for a few seconds, right, until the snow appears, which is not ideal. We can solve that by setting up this setting, pre-warm. Now, if we click play, it should work. Yes! Fantastic, fantastic. This is what we want. Yes. Yes. Now that we are here, however, let me actually, I noticed something. Let me change the color of the restart button to something maybe, yeah, orange looks good. Perfect. All right, let's add now a coin to place it in the middle of our pipe, so it's more rewarding to go through it. The first thing we need to do is to go to Open Art or G as before. We click Browse, select the license, and write coin. Perfect. This one actually looks good. We are going to download it. Perfect. All right, we go back to Unity. Let's create a new folder called sprites. Get inside. Now we are going to move there the coin that we just downloaded. Perfect. Okay, so next, we are going to open our prefabs. Yes. Select the score zone. Yes. And basically add a new component. Let's call the new component sprite renderer. Yes. This new component will allow us to provide a sprite that will be shown inside the score zone. So we basically need to select the sprite and place it here. Great, sounds good. I think scale 8x8, it's probably okay. Yes, good. What it's not okay is the box collider. You can see it's actually huge. This is not what we want. Yes, let's actually make it smaller. Let's put it like this. Yes, because we also don't want to give the chance to the bird to go below or above without actually touching the coin, right? So I think for now it's fine. All right, so now we can exit the prefab. Yes, we saved the scene. Yes, and now we have to go to the script. Score trigger, I think. Yes, perfect. So what we want to do is that when the bird goes through the pipe and touches the coin, we destroy the coin, right? Because the score has already been incremented. Let's say destroy game object, because the game object basically is the game object that contains the score trigger script, which in our case is exactly the coin, right? So, okay, it's loading. I think we can actually probably remove the ace trigger because we already destroy the game object. So we can do this cleanup. Let's test it out to see if this works. We have the first coin there. Okay. Good. Alright. Okay, so now it's more rewarding, I feel. Yes. Perfect. Alright, so the last thing I would like to add, it's a new particle system for the bird. I want the bird to emit particles every time it jumps. Let's get to it. First thing we need to do is to right click on the bird and click Effects, Particle System. Let's rename this to Jump Burst. Perfect. Okay, so this is not what we want, but we will change that. The thing we have to do is we have to go to the script, to the bird script. Okay, and we can create a new header. Let's call it particles. Okay, and now we have to save serialize field private particle system jump particle. Great. Okay, so when do we want to trigger this particle? We want it to trigger. By the way, we can clean this up. We can remove the star function. And we want it to trigger it here. Yes. So first thing, we have to say jump particle, not play. We want to say stop. True. Yes, particle system stop behavior, stop emitting. Yes, this is just to stop if the particle is already been run. Is that will happen if you press the space bar very, very fast. And the next thing we want to do is to say jump particle play true. This basically tells Unity, okay, now it's time for you to play the particle effect. Okay, so now we can go back to Unity and configure it. First thing we need to do is to click on the particle system and let's reduce the duration to, let's say, 0.5. Yes. Let's say the start daytime between two constants, 2 to 3. Okay. Start speeds, fine. Start color, let's maybe have some orange. Yes. Let's say gravity, maybe 1.2. Yes. Sounds good. Rate over time, we don't want this. We want burst. We can say maybe 10. We can try that. Shape, we want, I think we want a cone, an angle. Let's try, no, that was fine. Radius, however, we want it to be smaller. Yes, oops. Okay. Duration is still too much. Let's say, okay. The angle, however, is not correct. This is a bit better. Yes. Start lifetime, duration. Okay, let's test it out. We first need to assign the variable, right? So for that, we need to click bird. We need to scroll down and you see the jump particle is here. So we need to drag and drop. Yes, we can save it and see how it goes. Okay. Look at that. It works. Yes. It may be a bit too much, I would say. Yeah. Let's reduce the amount of particles. But yeah, it's a good start. All right. Let's reduce the number of particles. I think the property we want to change is the lifetime. Let's see, maybe between 0.3 and 1. Yes, that's better. Let's maybe say the count maybe to 6. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, let's play out. Yeah, I like it. I like the effect. But of course, if you don't like it, feel free to change it, remove it, or do whatever you want. Yeah, the only limit is your imagination, really. There are many, many options here. You could spend, I don't know, hours and hours looking at all the options. Yeah, so basically, yeah, you can change almost anything here. But yeah, I think I would say for now it's good enough. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Yeah. Okay, so in this video we added fonts to our menus, we added coins to the gameplay to make it more rewarding, and we added 2 different particles effects, one for the snow and one for the jump burst. That's it for this video. Until next time, have a nice day.